Hello again, everybody. And in case you're wondering how could things get any worse for Sinder, well, unfortunately, they're about to get probably a lot worse. Because we now also have Nanoless's open statement about her experience with Sinder. So it must be said, and I actually do have to take my hat off to Sinder and, well, Redacted, if you will, because this is the culmination of things coming full circle. You reap what you sow, and this is exactly what was going to come of it. So, let's just get straight to it, shall we? Introduction and notes. I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama, while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Sinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years and shed light on what she has been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. I struggled a lot writing this document and wasn't sure if what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout, but I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Sinder. Note: based on working with Redacted, Red, Sinder's manager, and Sinder over the years, that I am sure they speak for each other and there is no reason to believe Red was acting without Sinder's consent and knowledge. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. English not being my first language and the language barrier, I discussed the situation, my feelings and thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put them into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings due to lack of English skills. Note: any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. 1. Slandering other creators. I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumours while manipulating me that it's all in our best interest. In addition to spreading ill rumours, they also complain and accuse Bauer of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation, immediately followed by spreading rumours and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any further decisions regarding commissions. So, Nanoless, of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time, lol. Redacted. Well, with blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at GS, sometimes over Sinder, and we can't really confront them about it. And plus, she's gone 3D lately. Bauer has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the things she does. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artists from her, since she's already taken our editor. And I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her now, and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Also, one of Bao's MV editors is that one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like model art is the most important thing, that's a VTuber's entire image. First of all, that is completely not true. Second, I don't know whether or not, I don't know who Redacted thinks they are, but unless they've actually formed a contract in which their editor and their team actually specifically works with them, as in they pay them their salary, then no, they're more than free to take commissions whenever they can. I'm sure they're more than capable of speaking for themselves about this. But since they're probably not here to discuss the matter, we can't really draw to any conclusions. However, that kind of, for me, confirms it when Nanoless immediately says, but like model art is the most important thing, that's a VTuber's entire image. Well, again, that's not true. Because you want to know how it is? It's because because they talk about it as though it's a completely at face value. What about everything in terms of context that we know about a VTuber? What about the fact that it's a Vexoria the Sun Eater? Despite the fact that, what about the fact that she's a wonderful mother who has 2 kids, an amazing husband in Zolon, and that she has beaten breast cancer? She's arduous, tenacious, courageous, brave, bold, very, very brazen. But I think it's that level of protection and servitude and that level of positivity she emits. That's her image. It's got nothing to do whether or not she's an 8,000-foot tall snake lady or not. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think Redacted has got this a little bit backwards. And to be honest, I'm not very impressed by this. Thank you, Nanoless, by the way, for pointing all of this out. And you know what? I would say Nanoless, she may say English is hard for her, but I think she's actually done a really good job so far. Especially, well, when you think about it, she didn't really need to spell it out. I think Redacted did all the hard work for her. Also, well, we love working with you. Sinder wouldn't be Sinder without Nano. Okay, but let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Bao had original songs last year and had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he'd love to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He says he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind and is only working with Bao going forward. No explanation. And Nanoless gives Monka S as a response. Redacted continues, there's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes. But basically, we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without her knowing and did it 100 times better than her original songs last year. That she looked him up so no one else could work with him. And then had him make it public on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. And now she's been barking up the tree of one of our L2D animators. So and you and a Nano model. Nanoless adds, yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying, I don't know, man. Oh, also, she has a way of guilt-tripping people to get her way. How many guys do you want to suspect that Nanoless... You see, here's what I do, guys, and tell me if you've ever heard this before. Whenever I've got into conversations where people talk smack about one of my friends as well, the second they finish, I just screen cap everything and I show it to them saying that, are you aware that, especially if they start accusing them of things, and, well... I've also had this thing where I've straight up gone to people, I've gone straight to the horse's mouth and told them, are you aware that somebody is saying this, that, and the other about you? And is there, if there's anything you want to say, whether these things are true or not, just say specifically. And well, I can tell you who said them and all the rest of it, because trust me, there is nothing more disrespectful than talking shit behind somebody's back under the pretense that you believe you're going to get away with whatever you say just because they're not there to defend themselves. It's a crap thing to do. Red asked me to cancel on one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my work mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it is okay since she has many connections, and she'll be fine anyway, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was, and it's upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me cancelling the model I had planned with Bao. Did you cancel models? I did not. Nano arc delayed to 2026. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections, she'll find someone super fast. Did you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WebCon, or WeebCon. Yee, I can give her the design for free as an apology gift. Exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. In the messages below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they'd commission me, instead to compensate for not working with other creators. This felt very strange, given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me, working with other creators, was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects. The messages below show that their primary concern is that the more non-Sinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. It's hard to say how much this messed my mind as an artist, that by working with other people I'm somehow making my existing models less special. Following screenshot is one of them setting up the blacklist, saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1, specifically, and justifying those things by saying that with each model my art becomes less unique and special, and therefore Sinder somehow will become less special. Screenshot below. The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check what I think. Okay, so I got some ideas for this. I was driving. What are you thinking? Okay, so asked help for my friends. They don't know it's you, by the way. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings, and also how long would this be if this counts for models I already worked on? Well, I think the main things we're looking for are for you not to take on any brand new model clients and to not make any new models outfits with blank again. You'd still be able to work on models outfits with all of your other existing babies, and your artwork comms won't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. And second is that there's a few people that we just would rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators. And we'd rather these creators not have what makes Sinder unique, which is your artwork. What about we can pay blank for you and you don't have to discount it from your next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of model work, I think, for this year right now, but you don't work with blank, blank, or blank at all again, models or art. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have another GS label for you too, the AFK. Nanoless' response was, is there any way to add a little bit more since blank still asks for art every now and then? Redacted. We could do it like when blank asks you for art, you tell her no, and then tell us to buy another art piece. Like so you still get a job from it. This sounds straight up like a... Redacted is literally taking Nano for a ride. And honestly, if anybody... Guys, listen. Let me tell you something very, very important. Anyone who ever tries to pull this on me, I will do... There's only one thing I will do. I will literally just tell them to go to hell. Because absolutely no way are you now going to start telling me who I can and cannot work with. Redacted does not necessarily sound like he knows what he's doing. Also, he doesn't exactly have the credibility to say or to start giving orders. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily. What was Redacted? Why is she going after Shy Lily for? What did Shy Lily do in all this? What's that? What was her beef with the German opera? Trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I am setting myself with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for them made the antenna go up, and immediately went into slandering Lily. They consistently tried to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as reasons for me to go exclusive, and that working only with Sinder is them trying to look out for me. Hey Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides just the model, like outfits or merch or anything? Being just the model so far. Okay, her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. She's been acting weird towards Sinder lately, and we don't know if something's going on. Oh, that's weird. Ever since after the V card launched. But what you consider weird? Lately, dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at the last minute, and now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple of times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge. Cinder by name. Just like weird petty stuff, I don't know. That's super weird since they both share the same store. Around V-Card's launch, they were talking and collabing, and I don't know what happened. But her asking you for a model after that was just weird. Even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you into the drama. Lying through your teeth, that's what I call that. Yeah, I thought, I know, and it was quite early to go for a new model. Blank, look a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model mama. The idea that they need to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. The competition they're referring to are people I thought they considered friends, who always helped, supported, and platformed Cinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me and that somehow justified their actions. They imply Lily ignored Cinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see in this clip. Yeah, I think we can let's just do this real quick because yeah, can I just
ignore what you just saw?
You combed through every line.
Okay. Ooh! Oh my goodness! Hello! Oh! Hello, Raiders! Hello! I am playing Berserker. It's called The Last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million.
Yeah, that seems pretty conclusive if you ask me. Also, real, is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing continuation models outfits for? We'll have the demon updated lists plus final arcade reference for you soon as it's finished. I think it is. I have an outfit for Blank planned too. As for Blank, got nothing for now. But she always comes up with something. Do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Gotta be Blank. Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed when it comes to our top artist. Never a break. DW, just don't stress too much with this side of things. It's bad for bolding. I'm gonna go bold now. I'll keep you in the loop about anything else going on with that. The bolding? No, you fool, just stupid drama. Gotta stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. Also, your PFP looks like a guy with a mustache. Don't go too far on the competitiveness. It can get bad. Gotta chill sometimes. Hey, it's not us. We aren't the ones getting a model for the artist. Yeah, Redacted is immediately crumbling under pressure from an instigation that he literally started. We aren't the ones getting a model for the artist of the other GS owner out of the blue and ghosting them, and refusing to acknowledge them. Below, I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable about being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all the while trying to guilt trip me. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues, only for them to, on manipulate occasions, mention other people's alleged drama. Sinder just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you since I've only talked about this with Red, but I just don't want to be dragged on any personal issues like that. After all, blank, still a client, and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of blank. I just love my clients, that's all. Sinder responds, I get it, Nano. And it was unfair to push this on you, but it's just really confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like it's always living in someone's shadow, which is the one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. No, it's because you specifically want to make sure that there is no competition anymore, Sinder. It literally just means you'll stand out and you'll be on top because you plan to manipulate other people to sabotaging the competition. Sinder, if I can see through this, I'm sure quite a lot of other people can. Or if I miss the trick and you just don't want other people to work, is that what you... I mean, it took a bit of it took a little bit of coaxing to get it out of Redacted, but Sinder pretty much just laid it on the line. Cinder, you are in such hot shit right now for doing that. And when you said, I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with. But this is how I've been feeling. Oh, here we go. Now it's Nano's fault that they're making Sinder feel like this. Oh, that is, what a piece of shit that is. Holy. Sorry, I felt like I got a little bit excited there, but oh my... Listen, I've seen those tactics used time and time again, and I must say they are very, very cruel and they are very, very manipulative. And I don't know about you, Sinder. I said earlier that if somebody came up to me and said that, I would have just told Red to go to hell. Sinder, I will drag you to hell with me, because good Lord, Sinder, you really are going to be playing that card, huh? All right, well, let's see how well playing that card works out for you in the end, because I think it's kind of, you are so fucked, Sinder. Oh, you are absolutely fucked. Nanoless continues, I don't really see the point of keeping thinking about being compared to blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more. But I would never give blank any priority over you. Also, they're not even any model for her being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded. Also, I'm fine not doing her models, but at least gamer subs art stuff would be fine with me. I don't want to be 100% an asshole to her, that's all. Cinder's response is this. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us. And I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. But I understand where you're coming from, Nano. There's no hard feelings. Sorry about this. My mental is just a bit weak. Same girl, Sinder replies. Oh yeah, you totally look. Oh, you look absolutely devastated, Sinder. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kinda sucky. I want to just get along. I understand if things don't work out about this. It would be mostly if you hate me for not burning blank down from my list. I would never hate you, Sinder goes on. Thank you, and same, I'm just an insecure bitch. Sinder, I love everything we've done together, and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stressed. Well, it's because there's implications behind that, Sinder, that's why. Justifying their behavior by stating they simply are looking out for me, when none of this has anything to do with me to begin with, and manipulating me into being grateful for earning, well, thanks to them despite the loss of work from long-time returning clients and new ones. Concerning my work and models as a team. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special with the recurrence of "it's just business", manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons and that I risk losing that special something as a client if I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues. I would also like to note that, again, that this screenshot is one of the many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red that it may not have been 100% of Cinder's feelings or wants. I messaged her about it to make sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them this was the case. Hey Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red and I believe he talked to you already, and I thought that it would be the best if I just check here personally. Actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts because Red tried to talk with me and I think I misunderstood things. I'm doing great. What's up, Nano? Oh, it's mostly this. Redacted. Not to discredit any of your work because everything you work is top tier on the line incredible, but when everyone's a Nano's baby, it feels less special to be one, if that makes sense. Kind of been getting the same feeling from gamer subs lately too. I thought on cancelling some models because of it, then I realised it's not really fair to me. Cinder? I understand what he means, but at the end of the day, it's just business. Of course we love working with you and want to keep working together, but if you prefer to work with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. Being one of your very first models, Bebs, was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help with you L2D cutting to improve your skills, and I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model, and then started asking you for them. I can have Red send you a list of our plans for the future and estimated due dates, so just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them. It feels special to only have your model art for all of my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have time for me to be an exclusive nano art baby anymore. It's no personal reason. I would never do something like this to you or anyone, but yeah, it's important for my job to reach far and I like working on different projects and people. I never said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, we'll always have a way to get you a priority spot when possible. You will always be my special bebe. I also think it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about. So I'll go through my plans with Red and send you our ideas to see if it's possible with your schedule. I know he can be a little pushy sometimes, isn't that the truth? But it's because he's just doing business for me to grow too. And he absolutely loves your work just as much as I do. It's okay, we'll update you guys ASAP. Sounds good to me. Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work less special and no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. And then of course they try to correct Nano's judgment of the situation when she knows fine well what this looks like. So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop other models so I do more for Sinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist and I should do whatever I want to do. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I still will always have a way to have open slots for Sinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. I agree, you're a free artist and you should do what you want, but I was under the impression that taking on more Sinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. Guess we got it misunderstood on both sides? It's more about this. This? Oh, I see. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you had to only do Sinder work from now on. That's with anything though, not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets that thing, it makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you only do work for us. I will keep things more business talk and less emotional, lol. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Sinder after. Sorry for the stress, Nano. But every single model I do is unique and I make them special in their own way. It's not like I'm selling Sinder to everyone. Please don't feel this way. No, I know, you pour your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. I'm sorry I made both of you feel this way. Please stop apologizing, Nano. I know you mean that because you're a nice person and hopefully, I'll say that, but I don't think it's really worth saying sorry at this point. I think it's not for you to apologize to them. I think it's them to say sorry to you. It's simply business. Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Sinder instead. It's okay, Nano, you're just making a living and making a name for yourself, and I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding my side. We're all trying to have our names somewhere. Just don't take this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys. And again, apologize for the trouble on your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business. If you want to go through the projects we talked about and let me know which ones you'd want to do. Is this about blank Modo Nano? Yeah, I want to take it, but I don't want to disrespect Sinder. I just want to do pretty models. No hurt feelings. Business is business. Nano, you're a freelance artist and blank is a long-time client, so it makes sense to continue doing work for her. I understand the logistics of it. At the end of the day, you need to do what's best for you. I really appreciate for understanding my side. I do understand your side too, but sadly it's something between you two, not me. I shouldn't get involved in this fight. I just go art brr. Right now, I just don't think our other conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model, like blank specifically. Maybe I just considered the situation too much. My mistake for thinking this way. It's okay. But are we good for real? This feels like a weird breakup. I'm stressing. Me and you are good, but I still have to tell all of this to Sinder. It'll be okay. Don't worry, I think she's still sleeping. Damage control. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers at all is all kept hush-hush, while also providing proof that they know how they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Sinder's career to be painted in this light. Know that the uncalled shot at VTuber1 is even spoiled a hidden message in Discord so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked. I try to be transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. You didn't tell blank you cancelled because of Sinder, did you? No, I told all of them it was health issues. I would never blame anyone besides blank. Lol. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work on / not work on something, especially if it's something you want to, don't want to do, and our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you only doing Sinder work, And again, sorry that it sounded like I was trying to tell you to only do Sinder work. I'll message you later. Well, let's see if blank wants a nano model or not, and hope blank finds someone else. The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for me by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Sinder herself. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Sinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because blank can't get along. But I also understand her point of view. A new VTuber who people say looks, sounds and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year if she did not recognize Sinder as an equal or a friend. Then it would be like she's endorsing her copy, or like I've seen some people say, her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Like at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her, we just want her to recognize her. Cinder's a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits, just like you did, get along. And the marketing potential and money they could make if they teamed up. I just know anything we do, she's watching and will take from or try to outdo. OMG. You know the spinning figure we have on stream? Blank figure was announced on Wednesday, no spinning figure. Sinder debut Saturday, everyone hears about it, figure announced, spinning figure on screen with figure right next to it. Blank stream yesterday, first stream since Sinder debut, guess what? Spinning figure with figure next to it. Then like a month later unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames, and now she's basically rebranded to more of a fire Cerberus, using fire emojis all the time, never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound but stopped when Sinder grew past her. This is specifically talking about spite, by the way. But stopped when Sinder grew past her and now uses Cerberus or Cerberpup or whatever her lore says she is, I don't know. The unfollow is weird. Yeah, so it's like there was also an unprovoked tweet from her like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design. My design is all me, this is who I am. Like, huh? Who are you saying that to? Oh, lol, on random Sinder clips on YouTube. There was one dedicated blank fan or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips saying that, like, when are you going to clip blank only on Sinder clips? I like to highlight the irony of expecting her to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. And yes, this is literally spite, because when we did Spite's open statement about the situation, this was what it started out with, so this is absolutely talking about spite. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who has been hurt, manipulated or sabotaged by her will find closure. Now, depending on whether or not Bao has also made a statement, we will also get a statement. In fact, to be honest, I would love nothing more than to read all the statements for everyone who's been involved in this, including Sinder herself, because, to be honest, well, by that point I would just say, well, what have you got to say for yourself, Sinder? And Redacted has also got a lot to say for himself. Redacted, I get the impression, will try to manipulate it in some way, because I can see through this. From the very first screenshot, I could work out what his game really was. And Cinder's barrage of manipulation has come crashing down, because, well, what if she doesn't come out with a response? What if she just drops off the face of the earth? And that's it. You don't see a stream of her again. You see the flame of jealousy is starting to fade away. So, with all that being said and done, I hope all of you guys learned a little something from this little story and, well, story series of events. And we'll see where this goes when when we follow up this story in a few days. Maybe by tomorrow we'll probably be coming out with more. But with that being said, thank you. And Nano, if you just so happen to be watching this, once again, well, I guess I'm sorry that you had to go through with this, which is more than Redacted and Sinder could possibly do, but there you go. Oh dear. Well, hello again. And just before each and every one of you leave, if I could just hold your attention for a few more seconds, and I want to show you very quickly my Patreon store. I've been running this for 5 years now, and ever since this month began, I've decided to reopen, relaunch, completely sort out my categories for videos, and I've uploaded them sometimes as far as 3 months in advance. So you guys will be able to get an exclusive look exactly what's coming out, when it's coming out, at your convenience. So make sure to stop by, take a look around, and let's see what you think. Thank you very much for supporting me once again, and I'll see you again next time.